Hi everyone, a very good morning. Welcome to our GST series lecture 5. In our previous class, we have discussed about amendments applicability, what is tax, approach to taxation subject, DT versus IDT. So what are the amendments which we have? So amendments applicability is for January 2025 item, 2023 Finance Act will apply. For May 2025, 2024 Finance Act will apply. And there are notifications and circulars which are applicable to them. In case of January 2025, so this is Jan 2025 exam. In case of Jan 25 exam, only notifications that have been released up to 30th June 2024 will apply to your exam. If there are any significant notification circulars up to 30th June 2025, that is 6 months before exam, only they will be applicable to your exam. Okay, apart from that, in case of May 2025 up to 31st October 2024, if there are any significant notifications and ICAI feels that those notifications are important and you have to learn them, you have to have knowledge about them, then they'll notify us through statutory update and revision test papers. And what is tax? So what is tax, why tax, how tax? So tax is compulsory charge levied by authority of law. Why is tax? So for public services tax is required. How is tax? So basically, in order to compute income in case of income tax and GST turnover in case of GST, that is supply, we'll have the whole of our subject and we'll learn them in our subjects. So how should your approach towards taxation? How should your approach be? Logic. There should be some logic in it. So basically, if there are some sin goods, so governments will try to levy larger act on them. And apart from that, and reason and story. So there should be some reason or story behind that provision. Okay, so we have to, if there is a provision, we have to try to see the story behind that, the reason behind that. In case of this section 56(2)(7)(b), what has happened is there is some cement company in Andhra Pradesh, and because of that cement company, so that cement company is making some money laundering thing, and in order to curb that money laundering crime, they have introduced this section. And the next thing we have to do is government's point of view. We have to look at the provisions with government's point of view. With the eyes of the government, we have to look at the provision. So as if like we are the government, we have to look at the subject, so that we'll immerse more into the subject. And there is our topic 7 is DT versus IDT. So in case of DT, what's happening is the tax burden is borne by the person who has taxable income, salary income, example salary income person. So in case of IDT, what is happening is the tax burden is passed on to the ultimate consumer. So what happens is, yeah, if we go to restaurant, what will happen? We'll eat in the restaurant, and the restaurant person should pay some tax on the sale to the government. But actually, what will happen is the restaurant person will pass on the burden to us. So that's the thing. What will be happening over there? Okay. So yeah, DT revenue to government is less than IDT revenue. It has a wider tax base. So IDT has a wider tax base, and DT revenue to government is less. So just imagine in June, the GST collection to the government is about 1.74 lakh crores. That easily comes to 20 lakh crores per year. That's how much government is collecting through just GST. Okay, I'm not even including other indirect tax, that's customs duty. Just GST is this much, 20 lakh crores. Okay, so yeah, let's move. DT is progressive in nature. Matlab it depends on the paying capacity of the person. If a person is rich and he can pay more, he'll be charged more tax. If person is poor, he can pay only less, then he'll be charged less tax. So we have slab rates and all for this. So apart from this, regressive in nature, IDT is regressive in nature. Regressive matlab even it's Bill Gates or even it's some roadside food seller, both will have to pay same rate of tax if they buy a product. So they say this is progressive, but that doesn't happen at all. Actually, the rich who are doing business, they'll claim more deductions, they'll claim more exemptions and all, and they'll anyway avoid tax, and they call it tax planning actually. Yeah. The person paying the direct tax is aware of the tax burden. The person paying the indirect tax may not be aware of the tax burden. Why? Because in case of indirect tax, they are not directly paying it to the government. So example income tax, example GST, DT is income tax, GST. Income direct tax example is, it will be on income, it is on turnover. Yeah, that's it. Let's move to our topic 8. What are the taxes before GST and after GST? So before GST, what are the taxes we have? The tax which is on manufacture is excise duty. Excise duty, and that is on manufacture of goods. Obviously we can't manufacture services, right? And there is tax called as CST, central sales tax. It is on sale, that is interstate state sale. It means sale between two different states, like sale between Telangana and Maharashtra. Seller is in Telangana and buyer is in Maharashtra. He is selling to him. He is selling some goods to him. On that, CST would be levied earlier. Okay. Now, VAT. VAT is nothing but value added tax. Value added tax. VAT is levied on sale again, sale of goods. But sale of goods, what kind of sale is it? It is intrastate sale. Means buyer, he is seller and he is buyer, and both are in Telangana state. Means sale is happening within the state, so then it will be called as intrastate. Okay, that's intra and this is inter. Intra. I hope you will remember this. Yeah. And apart from this, we also have service tax. And service tax is levied on services, obviously. Providing services, providing or rendering services. Okay, so before GST, these are the taxes which we have, and what has happened after GST? That's a big question. Okay, after GST, all these taxes are subsumed into one tax known as goods and services tax. Okay, and these are all the taxes which have been subsumed into GST. Okay, and this manufacture, like excess duty is on manufacture, CST is on sale, interstate sale, VAT is on intrastate sale. Okay, services is on providing or rendering services. Okay, so for all these words too, for manufacture, sale, service, providing or rendering service, all these words have been removed from the tax, and a single word is given to whole GST. Okay, that single word is supply. there is a separate chapter on this, and it is very important. Supply. So in GST, GST to apply, first it has to be a supply. Okay, GST will apply only if it is a supply. So it's very important to remember this. I hope you guys will remember this word supply. You will definitely remember it. Yeah, supply. So this is our topic 8. This is one view from basic level. What are the different taxes and what kind of activities are they levied on, and after that what are the taxes are subsumed into single word called as GST, all these taxes, and all these acts like all this manufacture, sale, service, all these are subsumed into supply, single one known as supply. Okay, I hope it is clear to you guys. Let's move on to next bifurcation. So we have discussed general taxes which have been subsumed into GST. Now we will discuss specific taxes which have been subsumed into GST. What are the, apart from this excise duty, VAT, sale, VAT and all, what are the other taxes that have been subsumed into GST? Let's move to them. Okay, yeah. Taxes subsumed into GST. So taxes are of two types. I mean, not that two types, but taxes will be levied by both central government and also state government. Okay, what are the central levied, central levies subsumed into GST? What are the state levies subsumed into GST? Can you just think of the taxes which have been subsumed into GST, which are central? Basically, first thing is central excise duty. Just now we have discussed excise duty, right? So excise duty is on manufacture of manufacture, basically. Central excise duty and additional excise duty. This is basically on manufacture of goods and services. Additional excise duty. Yep. Now next one. Service tax. Okay. Before GST, restaurants would also charge us service tax. Why? Because restaurant service is an ambiguous service actually. It is considered as both good and service, and there is always a confusion between that thing. Later it is clarified, but yeah, still. And there is also some ambiguity between like software CD, like Bill Gates, Microsoft, Windows 7, Windows 10 and all. So regarding that CD is regarded as both good and both service also. So there is always an ambiguity between these two. So there will be service charged on that, and as a good there will be VAT or CST charged on that. So that's a big ambiguity, and it's a big problem in the earlier GST. This is one of the problem because of which we have shifted to GST. Okay, yeah, service tax. So third one, excise duty. There is some special excise duty on these products. Excise duty under Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Act. Preparation Act. And there is also some part of import duty taxes. Those are countervailing duty, and special countervailing duty. So actually this is GST, and we have discussed earlier that in our taxes, taxes are of two types, IDT, EDT, and in IDT it has been divided into GST and customs duty. So customs duty includes all these imports and export things, imports etc. Okay, imports etc. is included in customs duty, but this thing is actually included in this customs duty. It is part of customs duty, but still it is merged into GST now. Countervailing duty is a part of customs duty. Like it will happen when other countries are so basically I just want to explain this. So when this is India, and other country, there is some other country, China. What China is doing is China is sending some goods to India. Let's say China is sending some mobile, and those mobiles are just 5k per unit, 5,000 per unit. So what China is doing is China is giving subsidies matlab benefits to its producers to produce goods at cheaper, so that their cost will be very low, so that they can sell phones at just 5k to India. So if China is doing such kind of activity, then what India will do is to safeguard Indian producers, to safeguard them, what India will do is India will levy an extra tax on this 5k plus extra some tax will levy. India will levy some tax. That extra tax is CVD, countervailing duty. So in order to counter those things from other countries, India is levying this duty, so it's called as countervailing duty. So basically that's it. So let's move to our next tax. Hope it is understandable to you all, and if you are not clear with it, there is our Telegram channel and the link is provided in the description. Please join into our Telegram channel. You can ask your doubts over there, and I'll definitely answer your query within a little bit of time. Thank you. Yeah, the thing is central sales tax. We obviously know central sales tax matlab if it is a sale between like Maharashtra and Telangana, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, something like that, sale between different states, that is interstate sale, then central sales tax will apply. Next thing, sixth one, central surcharges and cess on supply of goods and services. So if there are any surcharges and cesses, extra taxes, basically these cesses and all will be levied on sing goods like cigarettes, opium, hemp, like marijuana and all. Supply of goods and services. Now let's move to state levies. What are the state levies? Okay, in state levies, first one is entertainment tax. So first one we can call it as VAT, but yeah, let's go with entertainment tax. Entertainment tax. So basically earlier to GST in theaters and in bigger restaurants and all, like star hotels and all, they would levy this entertainment tax. So why? Because those things are for entertainment and they would levy tax over there with the name of entertainment. And if entertainment tax is levied by local body matlab in Hyderabad, except levied by local body. And local bodies matlab in Hyderabad we have municipal corporation, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Okay, so if there is any entertainment tax levied by Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, that tax is not levied. Okay, so that tax is not merged into GST yet, it is independent still. Okay, why? Because GST is a blend of tax between central government and state government. Just central government and state government coming together and levying this tax. Okay, both came together and levying this tax. So in order to understand this, you have to know what are the three branches of government. Not three branches actually. Ours is three-tier federal system. Three-tier federal system. Matlab in three levels our government will be governing us. What are those three levels? First one is central government, second one is state government, and third one is local government. So example of central government is obviously central government. What is the government which is there in central government? That's BJP now. And in state government, what is the government that is there? State assembly and all. And local government matlab this municipal corporations in villages, panchayats and all. Okay, only these two things are levied. The taxes levied by central government and state government, only these two things are merged or subsumed into GST. This thing is in merged. Okay, it is still independent yet. So indirectly if they ask any tax relating to a local government, then you have to directly say that those are not merged into GST. This is important. Why? Because in MCQs they may test this. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm explaining this deep. So please do focus. Please do understand the relevance and importance of these topics. Now let's move to number 2. Tax on betting, gambling and lottery. So yeah, we also have GST on this. Okay, we will anyway, they has to, the person who is winning in some lottery, he has to pay income tax. Obviously he has to pay income tax under section 115 about some 30% and with surcharges and all. So apart from that he also has to pay GST. Okay, yeah, let's move. So yeah, government will kill them with taxes. Okay, if you win some lottery, don't feel happy first, feel sad first. You have to pay tax to the government first. Okay, so yeah, and there are entry taxes, all forms. Earlier there would be entry taxes between different states. If you enter one state from other state, there would be entry taxes, and there would be some tax known as purchase tax also. Okay, and fourth one, VAT, biggest thing of revenue to the states. Okay, VAT will be on. VAT, it may be called or it may be called as sales tax. That is, both buyer and seller are within the state and they are making some sale, then VAT will be levied. Okay, now it's luxury tax. Matlab if you go to some luxury hotels and all, they would levy this tax. Okay, tax on advertisement. So even on advertisements there would be some tax levied earlier. Now it is subsumed into GST, and all the surcharges and cess relating to state surcharge and cess on supply of goods and services. I hope it is very much clear now. These are all the taxes that have been subsumed into GST. You can take a screenshot or you can copy this. It is very important. Okay, yeah. So guys, we'll stop our discussion here today and we'll continue our next topic in the next class. So there is some portion remaining in this topic, okay, before GST and after GST. In this we will also discuss what are the taxes which are not subsumed into GST, like tax on alcohol, liquor for human consumption, tax on cigarettes and all, okay. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. On cigarettes there is GST, but there are also other taxes too. They are continuing other taxes too. Why? Because they are sin goods, and there is also cess levied on cigarettes. We'll discuss all that things tomorrow. So yeah, don't worry, and hope you'll all have a great day. Thank you very much. If you didn't subscribe to our channel, please do subscribe and please do join the Telegram group to ask any queries regarding the subject. Thank you.